Welcome to Global Nexus. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. A new chapter in global trade is being written, not on the familiar waves of the Indian Ocean or Mediterranean, but in a place long considered unreachable by commerce and industry. The icy Arctic, once a forbidding expanse of endless white, is now at the center of a dramatic transformation. The northern sea route, hugging Russia's northern coastline, is transforming from a frozen frontier into a bustling commercial highway. For centuries, this passage was locked away by thick ice, its potential untapped and its waters silent. But now, as climate change thins the ice and new technologies emerge, the route is opening up. Powerful icebreakers and advanced navigation systems are making what was once impossible, possible. In October 2025, Russia and China signed a landmark action plan to develop the NSR into a year-round sustainable corridor. This agreement is more than just a diplomatic gesture, it's a signal to the world that the Arctic is open for business, and that new alliances are shaping its future. The maiden voyage of the Arctic Express, a Chinese cargo ship, marked the start of a campaign to reshape global logistics. This journey was not just a test of endurance, but a demonstration of ambition and technological prowess. The NSR promises to shorten supply chains, redraw trade maps, and challenge the dominance of traditional maritime routes. By cutting thousands of kilometers off shipping journeys between Europe and Asia, it offers faster delivery times and reduced fuel costs, potentially revolutionizing the economics of global trade. As the Arctic awakens, Moscow and Beijing are seizing a historic opportunity to build a new economic order. Their investments in infrastructure, technology, and cooperation are laying the foundation for a future where the Arctic is a vital artery of world commerce. The world is watching as the quiet Arctic becomes a busy intersection of global interests. What was once a remote and silent region is now a stage for international competition, innovation, and the promise of a new era in global trade. At the heart of this Arctic revolution is a calculated partnership between Russia and China. For Russia, the NSR is an economic lifeline, enabling exports of oil and gas to Asia and generating revenue through transit fees. Rosatom, with its nuclear-powered icebreakers, keeps the passage open for growing traffic. China sees the NSR as a way to secure supply chains and gain a competitive edge, investing in logistics hubs and port infrastructure. Their joint action plan is a blueprint for a modern, efficient Arctic corridor. Russia brings territory and resources, China brings cargo and capital. Together, they're building a self-sustaining ecosystem, aiming to make the NSR a major international shipping lane. This alliance is more than economics. It's a bold move to create a trade corridor outside Western influence. The Northern Sea Route's greatest strategic advantage lies in its ability to bypass some of the world's most congested and vulnerable maritime choke points, such as the Suez Canal and the Strait of Malacca. These narrow passages have long been the arteries of global trade, but they are also potential pressure points where a single incident can disrupt the flow of goods between continents. These traditional routes are not only prone to disruption from accidents or geopolitical tensions, but are also heavily monitored and policed by the United States and its allies. This constant oversight gives Western powers significant leverage over the flow of global commerce, allowing them to influence or even halt shipments in times of crisis. For China, the NSR represents a strategic opportunity to reduce its dependence on these volatile flashpoints. By charting a course through the Arctic, China can enhance its national security, ensuring that its vital imports and exports are less vulnerable to foreign intervention or blockades. Recent disruptions, such as the Red Sea crisis and the temporary blockage of the Suez Canal, have exposed just how fragile and interconnected global shipping truly is. Even a brief closure can send shockwaves through supply chains, causing delays, increased costs, and uncertainty for businesses and consumers worldwide. The NSR, by contrast, offers a direct and less politically volatile path between Asia and Europe. As Arctic ice recedes, this route is becoming increasingly navigable, promising faster transit times and fewer geopolitical obstacles. By investing heavily in the NSR, Russia and China are not only opening up new commercial possibilities, but also actively working to reduce US and Western leverage over global trade routes. Their cooperation in the Arctic signals a shift in the balance of power, with new alliances forming around emerging trade corridors. Throughout history, control over trade routes has equated to economic and political power. The rise of the NSR is a direct challenge to this long-standing paradigm, offering an alternative that could reshape the global order. Ultimately, the Arctic shortcut is about far more than just commerce. It represents a profound shift in global influence, as nations vie for control over the future of international trade and the balance of power in a rapidly changing world. The NSR's most immediate benefit is speed. A voyage from Shanghai to Rotterdam via the Suez Canal takes up to 40 days. The NSR can cut that to just 18. This 40% reduction is revolutionary for shipping, slashing delivery times and costs. Faster routes mean goods reach markets sooner, capital is freed up, and inventory management improves. While icebreaker fees and insurance are higher, fuel savings and increased ship productivity offset these costs. The NSR's efficiency could reshape trade flows between Asia and Europe. Moving goods in just over 2 weeks is a game-changer for global commerce. The Arctic is shrinking the world, connecting producers and consumers like never before. Cargo volume on the NSR is booming, moving from a trickle to a mainstream commercial stream. This transformation is not just a fleeting trend but a significant shift in global trade dynamics. In 2024, traffic hit nearly 38 million tons, a remarkable increase that highlights the growing importance of this route. By summer 2025, over 1.3 million tons crossed in just 3 months. This rapid growth is a testament to the route's viability and potential. The bulk of cargo is Russian oil, gas, and minerals, heading to China, a clear indication of the strategic partnerships forming in the region. Bypassing Western markets and sanctions, these shipments are reshaping the global trade landscape. But container shipping is rising fast, with an increasing number of manufactured goods being transported. Record volumes of manufactured goods are moving between Russian and Chinese ports, signaling a new era of trade. Container traffic signals the NSR's evolution into a comprehensive logistics solution, capable of handling diverse cargo types. The flow is still mostly eastbound, reflecting the strong economic ties between Russia and Asia. But the first Chinese container service to Western Europe in 2025 marks a turning point, opening new possibilities for trade. The NSR is poised to become a true transcontinental highway, connecting continents and boosting global trade efficiency. Boosting efficiency and economic impact, the NSR is transforming the way goods are transported across the globe. The Arctic Passage is no longer an experiment, it's a vital artery of global trade, ensuring a steady flow of goods and resources. Russia and China may lead the NSR, but other nations are joining the Arctic shipping boom. In September 2025, the first Chinese container liner service to Rotterdam and Hamburg launched, integrating the NSR into global trade. European ports see the NSR as a way to speed up cargo processing and reduce supply chain costs. Despite political tensions, the commercial logic of a faster, cheaper route is compelling. South Korea, a shipbuilding and export powerhouse, plans its own pilot operations on the NSR in 2026. As more countries join, investment in infrastructure and safety will grow, making the route more viable. A multilateral NSR will balance traffic and drive further innovation. The Arctic is evolving from a bilateral project to a global platform for trade. Despite its promise, the NSR remains a harsh and risky environment. Ice, unpredictable weather, and limited navigation windows make Arctic shipping challenging and expensive. Russia's nuclear icebreakers are essential, but reliance on them adds cost and complexity. Some ships risk the route without proper ice protection, raising the specter of disaster. The fragile Arctic ecosystem faces threats from spills and black carbon emissions, fueling fierce debate. Balancing economic opportunity with environmental risk is the NSR's greatest challenge. The route offers huge rewards, but at significant peril. The Arctic's future as a trade artery will test technology, cooperation, and stewardship.